Hello everyone, February 17th, I'm here again with John Warner. Hi John, thanks for taking some time with us this morning. So we're going to give you an update. Our last update was in December, around mid-December, and so we're here in mid-February. We're in front of the mock-up. John, could you explain a little bit about this mock-up process we have?
Well, this is all the exterior finishes on the building. You have the precast, metal wall panels, lobby glass, and then the lab bar. The upper level is the rain screen, and the lab bar finishes with the windows. They still have some other windows to put in, and then they'll do some, once those are complete, they'll do some testing on this mock-up and make sure they're mainly going to test water tests, caulking joints, things like that.
So John, not your everyday size mock-up. Normally it's a 4x8 panel in the older days.
Yes.
In such a unique building. So John, precast mostly in the lower levels?
On the wings, precast.
Yeah, let's go. Let's take a little closer look at it. A little different, little texture, a little shape to it.
Yeah, that's the precast on the wings, north and south wings.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is a metal panel that's going to be on the sides of the lab bar, and then the lab bar finishes are up there.
So that's the flyover that's between the two towers that we see.
Yes, and then this is the lobby glass over here.
Yeah. So I still a little work in progress, John, closing up some details.
Still have some more. They're waiting for the weather to break and to finish it up, and then they'll do some testing on it.
Great, great. Lot of details. So pretty similar to, as John was mentioning, to all the types of construction that you're going to see on the exterior, and what a great way to work out in water test, you know, before the actual construction is completed. So
they work out all their installation requirements and how to install it. Right over there, Lou, you might get a shot.
Yeah, let's take a peek.
That's the precast that's going to go on the towers, on the exposed part of the tower. This gray precast.
Oh, in between the lower level and the upper levels, John?
Get a shot over there.
Yeah.
That south tower, the lower portion of that is exposed, and they're going to clad that with this precast.
Right. So another thing on the precast that, you know, a lot of people, you know, the structural, and this is pretty much similar to the way the construction goes, and we'll go over and take a look. The steel will be going up shortly, and the steel supports the precast on the exterior face, you know, as long as being the support for the structure.
And also on the lab bar, they selected some colors. See how there's different colors of the rain screen?
Yeah.
There's a darker and a lighter. They went with the lighter color, I believe.
So moving into modern day construction, John, the rain screen, explain it to a little bit to us. That's not really the rain's allowed to go through the screen.
Yes, yeah, it's aesthetic. Gives the building a polished look, let's say.
Similar spot than we traveled through on the last time we went through here. The steam pipe.
This is the perma pipe for the chill water condenser.
Yeah.
The cooling tower. It's going to sit here, and this is all for the chill water system.
Yeah, I see they're in the process of putting the test on it. We just put some over in Monteith. Same process. Once they go through the test, then they finish the joints. Got a nice wrap on the joints in the meantime to keep them protected.
So it's a 150 psi test for 4 hours on this system here. You want to get a shot of the retaining wall over there?
Yeah. So I see, John, last time they hadn't started any of the gang forms on the retaining wall. They got one face up. Pretty much the process, one face, and then
this is fill-in work for them when they can't work on the towers.
Yeah.
Tie and bar up there, that's the priority, that's the critical path. But when sometimes they get held up by weather, and they work on the retaining wall.
Yeah, I think the last time we were here, John, the South Tower was 2 floors lower than that, right? They've got just one more floor on top of that, John, left to go.
2 more lifts.
Yeah.
Setting the forms for the level 6.
Yeah.
For that, and they'll lift the forms up for the final lift, lift 7, and then they'll finish off the core. The north tower will go over there. They're working on pulling the forms up for lift 7, the
Nice.
final lift.
What a temperature swing the last couple of weeks. Minus 12, 14 degrees less than a week ago, and 50 degrees in rain.
Makes for a nice site.
So John, the south wing here.
This is the south wing, and they're finishing up the foundation and the grade beams on the very, what's that? That's the west section.
Yeah.
Way down there. They hope to finish that up by the end of next week. They're pouring in mud mats. These are all mud mats. These aren't the finished top of slab. This is just the mud mat. And then on top of that gets a 20-inch slab in some cases.
With the reinforcing. So the mud slabs, otherwise known working slabs, just a place for the fellas to stand on. You can see that the slab will be up towards the top of the rebar. And John, as we were just talking, the next process will be the steel.
And they'll set the steel.
Yeah.
And we'll encapsulate it so they can pour the final slab on grade once they get the steel up. The steel is going up, I think, in about 3 weeks or so.
Great.
And then once this steel is set, then they'll go over and set the steel on the north wing. Same process.
So south to north.
If you turn around here, you can see how they're going to encapsulate it so they can heat it so we can pour during the winter, colder weather. Go in here. This is basically the loading dock area, and this is the lower level 1. They call it the whole building.
All right.
This is the south level loading dock area. Over there is where the main electric will come into the building. Transformers and switches are going to sit outside there. And then come in here.
So John, lower level.
This is the lower level of the lab bar. We're right below where the elevated lab bar would be, and they're working on setting the beam for the slab on grade. Like I told you, we have to have the slab on grade installed as well as the deck poured and the backfill side of that wall. That's the east wall.
Nice. So
take a shot down there. This is all lower level of the lab room.
right. So being the north tower, south tower, double mat of reinforcing. Yeah. So the pressure of the dirt has support with the slab and support with the upper steel.
To allow them to backfill up here.
Yeah. All right, so this looks pretty like it'll go in a week or so, John.
It's 2 pours for that side first, followed by this pour for that next week, and then follow up in about 10 days.
A little panoramic on the lower level here. So as you were explaining, we were just discussing the huge amounts of reinforced steel.
As much reinforcing steel weight-wise as structural steel on the job here. This is all winter construction. It's all enclosed, and we're all heating because we got to keep the temperature above 40 degrees.
So reinforced, fireproof plastic, holds up to the wind. So we're in the north wing, John. Very similar to the progress on the south wing.
Except they're a little further along here in that most, you could say 99% of the foundations are done, grade beams are done. They're a little further along with the mud mats. See the mud mats?
Yeah.
And again, this is all going to get a slab on grade above the mud mats.
North tower.
Yeah. This is the lobby area. This is the area where they're going to be setting steel next in this area here. And there's the slab on deck, level 2. It's already poured over there between the 2 towers.
So so that would be the roof height, John, that we see the top of the columns on level 2 right there. That's the upper flyover, right?
Yeah, the flyovers goes over there. Yes, that's the top of level 1. Yes, and that'll be exposed to some degree.
Yeah.
And you have precast to wrap that south tower over there. that's exposed. But yeah, and on the towers, they got 2 more lifts to do, and the very top of that steel is the final lift. So it's starting to come together.
Yeah, really.
On
The roof. We were just down in the lower level looking up, and now we're standing on top.
second level.
Yeah.
It's all poured out, slab on deck poured out here. And again, this is where the lab bar will span between the 2 towers. It will be, most of this will be exposed in here. You can walk through here. Except, well, you can see where it steps down. We're inside here, outside on that side.
Nice. Well, John, we're not going to climb up on top of the towers with the kind of work that's going on, but we can get a little look down at the north and south wing from here. We were just looking at the steel ready to go.
Yep. All that steel's coming up here.
Yeah.
You get a good view of the north wing and the south wing. Better view up here than down below.
Well, thanks, John, for taking us through. We look to come back in a month or so with some steel up.
Steel will be up.
Thank you again.
All right.
Remember to subscribe to our UConn PAES channel. Once you subscribe, on the left-hand side, manage subscriptions. To the right of our symbol, a little gearbox, little check mark next to send me all notifications for this channel with a save. Now, anytime we add a project, update a project, you get an automatic email notification. We thank you for your interest in our UConn projects. Have a great day.